Hello, my name is Pat and I am with the Yoga Within studio in Edmonton. I'm an instructor there. And welcome to this video. I'm very happy that you joined me. The purpose of this video really is to provide a little bit of basic information about yoga. And why I want to do that is because when I tell people that I'm a yoga instructor or that I do yoga, one of the first comments, and this is all ages, comes back, oh, I could never do yoga because I'm not flexible enough or I'm not athletic enough. And so I want to kind of clear that and move that out of the way. And yoga is available to most of us in one way or another. And we can do modalities like there's chair yoga if you're not able to go down onto a mat. Meditation is a part of a yoga practice. So there are very, very many options. And yoga truly is a personal practice. We do yoga often in classes, but yoga has no destination. It really is an opportunity to connect with yourself through movement and breath work. Often the breath work comes later as a natural evolution of your practicing with the movements. And it's a time and an opportunity to really care for yourself and nurture yourself through the movement, stretching, balance, and the postures that we call asanas. If you have any recent injuries or chronic injuries or any illness that you're healing from, please check with your healthcare provider, your physician, your physio, whoever you're working with, to have them affirm for you, just to err on the caution side, that yoga would be a good practice to take up. Then while you're doing the practice, it is always up to you to listen to your body and to say, no, my body right now, that doesn't feel good. And I will just ease back a little bit and perhaps modify, and usually we will give modifications for situations like that. So I just want to really assure you that it is open, there's no goal, there's no destination, and your body will tell you if it's good for you, or if this particular ask that the instructor is mentioning is good for you. That said, then what do you need for a yoga class? The very basic need is really your mat. The reason why we use a mat is we do not want to slip. And all the mats, it doesn't matter what kind of a mat, a yoga mat, any yoga mat, excuse me, will work well. And most of us practice with bare feet. Not everybody does though. Some people prefer to leave their socks on. But what we want for safety reasons is to have a grip on your mat so that in the standing postures and also in the sitting and lying down, you feel safe and secure. So the mat is the first thing, available at so many stores. Secondly, many of us doing yoga use, this is a chipped foam block, and we may use it to just sit on or for our knees to be on, different ways during the different poses. So it's good to have something like that, but you don't have to go buy one. You can start with a blanket or a folded up towel. Something like that will work. That we can just, often we just want to lift our hips up a little bit so that we're more comfortable and it tilts our pelvis forward. So you don't have to go buy anything for that. Just buy something in your house. If you choose a blanket, just see if you can find a firm blanket, not like the white fluffy one behind me on the bed. The other item that is very handy is a strap. Now this is a yoga strap, but there are many things that you can use instead of this. So you could use a belt or a tie, an old tie, anything like that. And we will often use the straps to, we call these props, and props, to quote an instructor of mine, props don't really make things easier for us, but they help to develop awareness and to assist us. So just to give you an example, we may use a strap to put around the pads of our feet or the heel of our foot when we're coming forward in a gentle forward bend. So this is a good example. I don't have to be really flexible to come forward in a forward bend. Whatever my body can do in movement in a forward bend is perfect. It's perfect, just as it is. So the strap has many, many uses, and it's nice to have something like that nearby. You can use it for our arms as we lift our arms up, down, as we maybe do a twist. So those are really all the props that you need. When you go into a yoga studio, you'll see that there will be bolsters and many different things, perhaps dowels, but this is the basics, and that's really all you need. Now, the other thing is, what do you wear? Well, you can wear what I have on, which is a t-shirt and sweats. It's not a very dignified word, is it really? But I don't know what other word to use for them. What you need in the clothing that you wear is something that is, you can move in, that stretches or gives. There is wonderful, beautiful yoga clothing available, but for your practice, none of that is necessary. And it's a personal choice. So don't feel if you're starting that you have to go out and buy some clothes specifically for this. Just something that's comfortable and that you can move in and stretch out in and bend. The focus of the classes, just to give you a bit of an understanding of the expectation, is that we begin a class with what we call centering, but really it's a few minutes to come to our mat and arrive to ourselves more than anything, to let go of what has been going on in our day before we arrive, and give us a chance through a few deep breaths to just develop awareness that we're here, and perhaps a little bit of awareness of what's going on in our body, where we're experiencing perhaps tightness, where our body is feeling good at this moment in time. And the next time you come to a class and you go through centering, your body may be completely different. We never stay the same. We're not static at all, never are. So we start off with just a kind of a calming, settling. And then it's always important to warm up the body. So we'll start with gentle movements through the whole body. Each teacher will do it differently and in different orders, but we want to gently introduce movement, and it gives you a chance to see how your body's feeling, what your movement range is for that particular time, and just developing awareness. And then the center part of the practice is focused on, it depends on the class that you're taking, but it will be where the intention of the class is. So it will always involve movement, breath work, and thinking in terms of strength and balance and ease and getting to know your body. And it's a nourishing type of practice. So you're always aware that you're taking good care of yourself. After that, naturally, there will be a little bit of a quiet time, gentler movement, and then moving into what we call savasana at the end, which again is reintegrating the practice and taking a quiet time to allow our body to absorb what it is that has happened in the practice. And then from there, we acknowledge the presence of each other And that varies from instructor to instructor. But there's usually a recognition of perhaps bringing our hands to heart center. And many of us will say namaste. And namaste to me means a way that I can say namaste, and the light in me acknowledges the light in you. So I hope that helps. And I really hope that you will, if you're interested, check out online what's available and think in terms of a chair class if coming down on your mat is not available to you, or if you prefer not to come down on a mat. A lot of yoga can be done very comfortably and very nourishingly for the body sitting in a chair. The other type of class to take a look at is a beginner class or a gentle class. A great place to start. And who knows? May open you to a new experience. Something that is of benefit to all of us, I think, in these days. Especially when it's related to our own self-care. As we look after ourselves, we have more to give to others. Thank you for watching. Namaste.